Hello and welcome back to Gay by Gay. My name's Adam.
I'm JJ.
And today we're going to answer your questions. Question number 1. R.J. McKenna asks, this one's for both of y'all, what are the funniest moments you've ever been hit on by a woman or a man?
It's fun to be hit on by a woman, I think. It's very flattering.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a long time for me.
I once won this radio contest in which I did like this speed dating thing, and because I wanted the prize, I just went along with the speed dating part of it, which was like a straight speed dating thing. We were up in a Ferris wheel. Each time we did a rotation with a different girl, and we got to like exchange emails, and only one of them emailed me back. So clearly I'm no good at this.
I remember I was at gay bingo once, and this guy won like 3 times in a row or something, and then I ran into him in the bathroom. At a urinal, and I decided that would be a good time for me to say, oh my god, you won 3. I was a little bit drunk. I was like, you won 3 times. And he was like, yeah. And then he like came over to me and I was like, oh boy. Any rational person would know that's probably a dumb idea, and that I was inviting urinal conversation. So is that a funny story?
From good old Bryce Lee Wynn, very loyal fan of ours, has 2 questions. So he says to me, have you or would you ever attend a Pride celebration? We'll probably do a video about this someday, but no, I wouldn't. I'm not really into that. It's not something that's attractive or compelling to me. Adam?
The better question would be, JJ, are you ever going to have fun?
Yeah, no, it would also be the answer. As an actor, can you recall a moment when you were starstruck when meeting another actor? That's a good question.
I got to do a scene in a show called Psych with an actor named Malcolm McDowell, he's the lead actor from A Clockwork Orange. Which was ages ago, but I'm a big fan of that film and a big fan of his, and I don't know, I wasn't like, I guess,
babbling?
No, I wasn't like, but I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is who this is. Billy Potts writes, how do you feel about the radical reactionary brand of so-called conservatism practiced by the GOP in the US?
I think that there's a lot of different styles of conservatism practiced by a lot of different kinds of Republicans. I don't subscribe to the idea that you can generalize it as reactionary or anything like that.
Bingo bango. Are you generally dovish or hawkish on foreign policy?
I think I'm probably more hawkish.
What are your thoughts on burial practices?
I favor probably cremation over...
I say enough with them entirely. Let people rot.
Okay. The Canadian Conservative, good name. Which single political issue would cause Adam to vote Conservative and JJ to vote Liberal? That's an interesting question.
Things that make me feel mixed and they make me perspire. And I think one of them might be affirmative action. There's kind of like, I just get a little, I don't know what my opinion is on something like that. Yeah. And there's kind of this conservative idea that everything should be a meritocracy and, you know.
And you're kind of cool with that?
A little bit. And in that vein, I also have some parts of me that like the idea of free market capitalism.
Well, I feel like in the context of this country, and this might be a sort of somewhat esoteric Canadian issue, if the Liberals had a really good platform of some things relating to democratic or institutional reform or parliamentary reform, the Trudeau government has done some interesting things in terms of like opening up political parties to more involvement, to making more like a US sort of primary kind of style system where you vote based on self-identification. If they had a robust like pro-democracy, democratic reform agenda, I could see, and that was like the only thing they were running on, I could see myself supporting that.
Done.
So
now we know what to do. Ollie M asks, how often do you get recognized in public, and how do you feel when it happens?
Okay. I don't get recognized in public that often, but it does happen.
Yeah.
You know, I've actually gotten recognized from YouTube stuff before on the street. I get recognized sometimes because in my other life I am a television commentator. And I often actually feel like weirdly very awkward when that happens because I don't really know exactly what they expect from me. Often I'll try to like ask them some questions about what they feel about things that are happening in the political space because I feel like
you want to engage with them on that.
Yeah, because I feel like I mean, if somebody can recognize like a political commentator of my level of obscurity, they probably take politics pretty seriously, and they probably are interested in talking about politics.
Right.
So, well, how about you?
I've been recognized mostly through being in like plays. So like locally, people will recognize me from that, and that feels fine. But like the couple times I've been recognized for Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I feel like $1 million, and it's exclusively why I'm an actor. Really? That's not totally untrue.
What do you say, like, when that happens?
I was like, oh, they'll usually compliment the movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm in it for, a half hour. I'm like one of the most minor characters in that movie. So, there's no ego there for me, so I'm often like, yeah, I was really lucky. Bye.
Okay, this one from Frankie Hung, JJ and Adam. How did you two meet? What was the first impression you had on each other?
For the answer to that question and more, you're gonna have to tune in next week for part 2 of answering your questions. We were set up on a date.
We were, and we went on a couple of dates together, didn't we?
We did.
And then someone rejected someone, if I recall correctly.
Oh my god. Wow, welcome to Honesty Hour with JJ and Adam.